What is up, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench with Pete, the series you put on in the background whilst you hobby or paint along with me. We both do hobby together. I chat about stuff and, together we get models done, painted, built, whatever, and we have a great time. So grab your glues, brushes, models, paints, whatever else you need. I suggest tea, coffee, or some other beverage. And let's get to the bench. Okay, look, I've got my Imperial Knight. Let's just move him up a bit there. He's been sprayed with lead belcher to cover the majority of the areas I want him to be metal. I know an awful lot of metal here. So today, going to be doing a lot of that. I've got to put some lead belcher on the face plate. I do that by hand. This was sprayed. Got the pilot here. He's just here to keep him company whilst he gets worked on. I'll just put him over there. I've got my Catachans jungle fighters on the bench here, as you can see. Already looking pretty good. I'm liking the look of them. But I'm going to move them to one side because 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, I'm moving them to one side because I don't want to get any paint on them. And I've got loads of paint on the bench. I've got Ghostbusters on the bench. I've still got Aliens on the bench. And I've still got Zombicide on the bench. So busy bench. Yes, it is. And you know what? I'm loving it, actually. So yeah. So let's just move him over there. Let's just figure out lead belcher for our face plate. Yes, we'll do that. I think I've worked out a way of doing it. If I can attach the faceplate like so. That should be adequate. Alrighty, so all I've got to do now is because I've got so many paints on the bench, I've got to try and find some paints. You make sure they're not already on the bench, and that oh great, I don't know why that's in there. Cactic alloy, that might be a good one. So I'm looking for lead belcher. Now, come on now. My warriors, no. I think I might have found it. Oh yeah, lead belcher, baby. Right, I have found lead belcher. Oh, and I need to get some paper towel because reason I'm all in a mess. I'm not in a mess. Well, yeah, it is a mess. The reason I'm all over the place, bench-wise, is because I'm in the process of restoring a board game. That's right. You probably know what it is at this point in time because you'll have seen it ages ago, probably. Because I'm back to the point where I'm ahead of schedule and these are filmed about a month in advance. So it was, of course, Haunted House. I hope it came out all right. I really hope so because it's like my favourite game as a childhood. So that's a dry brush. That's not what I'm looking for. I have the wrong brush there. So it's a game of great importance to me. And do I want to thin it down? That's the question. Let's put a little bit of water with it. It took a while for my lead belcher spray to arrive, but got here in the end. Now I'm going to paint this faceplate in lead belcher because it'll match everything else. Then I will get to decide what parts can be like a bronze or gold effect. And that will be good. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm super, uber, duper excited about restoring my haunted house game because, wow, I've finally got it. That board game from my childhood, you know, greatest imaginations. I loved ghosts and spooky stuff as a kid, so that game was the pinnacle for me. I've said before, up until playing that game, my only experience with board games was things like Ludo, Snakes and Ladders, that kind of thing, and like a game called Frustration, which was basically Ludo, and Home You Go, which was basically Ludo, but this was like a game. It was like all 3D, had spooky pictures, artwork on the walls. It was just incredible. I loved it, and now I own it. So I'm intending to restore it to its former glory. I'm actually at the point of filming this on the bench. I'm in the process of making a video on it. I've already made a video on the tools I use for restoration. Right, okay, that's that done. There we are. So, that's the faceplate done. What am I going to do next? I've got such a choice here. There's the thing. No then. Well, I figured I could do the trousers on these guys before I get to the numb oil of the Imperial Nikes. That's gonna be a big mammoth task. So if I'm looking at greens, I'm looking at a dark green. I've got two greens here. I've got Death Core Drab, and I've got German Camo Green by Vallejo. I've also got Battle Dress Green. These are all similar in colour. I'm thinking, Castellan Green. I mean, could do Castellan Green, couldn't we? That would make... Bear with me a moment. I'm just have a quick look at the box art for them, if I can find it. No, I've got it somewhere. We have a dark green. We have a dark green. But for their trousers, that looks quite good. I just want to see how good it looked. And I quite like that. See, Catachan green. I don't know what that is now. What have we got here? Gnarls green. That's quite similar. We'll use that because I want it. Gnarls green. Good shake for this one. Gnarls green. So what brush am I going to use? Character brushed. Catachan flesh tone. Pop that paint away. Any chance I get. Right. I've got to carry on with my tutorial as well for my gun mages, or my gun mage. Oh yeah, baby. Right. Let us see. This is Catachan green, or like equivalent or not, I don't know, but it seems to match up quite well with the box art. Touch of water here to thin it down. And we're good to go. Yeah, so I've got loads of projects on the go at the moment. You know, the board game thing, and I've got Ghostbusters 2, which is a board game. You know, I mean Ghostbusters 2. I mean Ghostbusters as well, because there is a Ghostbusters 2 board game. Just putting that out there. Which I suppose eventually I will get. The way I see it, all these games that I'm doing and painting, I'm going to be able to play further down the line, especially, you know, when we move house, which we're going to do. It's going to be awesome. I'll be able to play on all these co-op games and solo games. I'll just be able to play because they'll be ready to go, and that's going to be super exciting. So whereas I'm spending more time painting now than I'm playing, I suspect the opposite will be true when we move. I'll be spending more time playing than I will painting. Not to say I won't be painting, because I will, because I love it. But I'll have to dedicate, you know, time for it, because I'll be working. Yeah, this is a good choice. Good choice for the trousers. Well, this couldn't have worked out better. This is looking awesome. Perfect colour match for that artwork there. Perfect. Yeah. Liking that, sir. That is top notch. Absolutely spot on. It's one down. Yeah, it's got to do my zombies, you know, my zombicide zombies, because there's so many of them. And I've got all my Indomitus to do as well. I mean, it's just, you know. You know, The workload is there. Watched Ice Road Truckers again last night. The link there in my mind was when I said the word load, because they talk about load counts in Ice Road Truckers all the time. Yeah, got to get another load, blah blah blah, and yeah, it just brought me onto that. Really good episode last night. Daryl Ward kind of lost his cool a bit on that one. It's good. Such a shame that poor guy died in the plane crash, because I gotta say, without a shadow of a doubt, he was one of the best ice road truckers out there. Absolutely knew his stuff. There we go, another one. Some of them I'll be doing belts and things on it as well. So yeah, looking good. I mean, you don't need to do camo pattern with these, really. Just leave them as green, but I probably will do camo. Do that a bit later on. I'll make sure I get all the other colours blocked in first. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about on your day off. Relaxing, painting, modelling. I'll get back to the gaming side of things again soon enough, I'm sure. We'll be able to do some more role-playing stuff sometime, but can't do it all. You only get a certain amount of time. Time is precious. Like in this. Not sure if I'll do green shirts. Not sure. Don't know on that one. But this is certainly good to get this done. The null oil, when I come to do that on the Imperial night, it's got the potential of being quite messy. So I'm going to have a think about how I'm going to approach that. Don't want to make a mess everywhere. Got a new washing machine today because our other one packed up. Give it up the ghost. I mean, it's been repaired once. It was second hand anyway, so I mean, this one's second hand is a lot newer, you know. It's all totally reconditioned and everything. Wow, looking good, looking good. Obviously, I'll be going over certain areas like the pouches and packs that they wear. Be going over those with leather. So here's painting these guys in a traditional technique, not using the contrast or anything. So I'm back to work tomorrow, working late. So I'll be working till midnight. Lonely old shift, that, I'll tell you. At least during the day I can chat to my wife if she comes down for a coffee break or whatever, and have lunch together and whatever else. But these late shift ones, obviously, she's got the same shift pattern throughout, which is something I'd like. I have applied to work where she's working. Well, not exactly where she's working, but the same company, you know, so it'll be the same regulated hours, week in, week out. You know, things like Christmas off and stuff like that. That's another reason, because if I stayed in the job I'm in, I'll have to work Christmas Day, and I just don't fancy it. I've done that before, and it's not the best. I like to spend time with my family, and do crazy things like you do at Christmas, play silly games, and all that. Just feels nice to be able to do it when everybody else is off. So my daughter's got a position with that said company. She'll be starting a mechanical engineering apprenticeship there in the next few weeks. So yeah, that's going to be exciting for her. Depending on how I get in there, whether it's through an agency or through them directly, it will depend on whether I continue to be paid weekly or if I switch over to being paid monthly. I've got to be honest, I've been paid monthly most of my life. So when I made change, decided to make a bit of a career change, as it were. I went from monthly pay to weekly pay, and it was lovely. I do like the weekly pay setup. I don't know. I just find it easier to save on a weekly basis. Otherwise, coming end of the month and all your bills get paid at once as well, and it's just difficult. Very difficult. This time watching Ice Road Truckers, Daryl had his son with him as well. That was nice to see. Bond between father and son, and how much they clearly get on alright. It's nice, working together. I'm hoping I can make this bit of paint last for the last two guys. Been cutting it fine. Cutting it fine, I know. Just remember, this is Gnarls green, people. For later on, when I go back and think, oh, what colour did I paint their trousers? Or pants, as the Americans refer to them as. Well, it was Gnarls green, Pete. Don't mind about. I'm not going to make it. Damn. So let's scoop out a little more. Tell you one thing I admire: people doing Napoleonics, because they got a lot of colours on them, haven't they? And a lot of I would say, I haven't looked at them up close, but I would guess more intricate areas to paint. Itchy eye a moment. I'm going to have to have some coffee in a momentarily as well. Been a while. Haven't started it yet. Made it ages ago, about an hour and a half ago. But it's in my R2D2 mug, which keeps it nice and hot for ages. About an hour and a half. I mean, after an hour, yeah, sure, you can drink it, but it is still blimmin' hot. Hour and a half, it should be just right. So we will see. Yeah, there we are. There we are. Hey, boy. Haha. 29 minutes, halfway through. Wow. Coffee coming up. Just right. Just a little bit hot actually, but hey. Right, washes then. Non-oil. Can't put this off any longer. Now, I'm going to need, and that's an old wash brush. Might be able to use that. I could do a bigger one, really. Size 8 brush. Well, we'll try this one first. So, Mr. Imperial Knight. So I thought, yeah, up and inside will be where I start with this. Well, trouble is it's going to run. That's the only thing I'm a bit nervous of. Excuse me. I'll just put that over his face. You won't see that really because it'll be under the mask, but we'll get that done. Right, so that is good. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this all in one sitting due to the fact of having to really let the paint dry to achieve best results. Because otherwise I'll be moving it all around different angles and he will end up running. Yeah, that's the only thing, see? Doing this, right, so. I'll wash over that too. I don't know what bits at this stage I'm going to keep silver, really. A lot of it, obviously, the undercarriage and mechanical parts and whatnot. Yeah, and I know that I shouldn't really be turning it on that because that could be yeah. Dangerous. A dangerous thing to do. Yeah, it's going to use up a lot of no. Good job I've ordered another one. Good job. Already getting specks of non-oil dripping, which is what I didn't want. But hey, what are you gonna do, huh? Yeah, no way am I going to be able to do all this in one go. Just do the best I can with what I've got momentarily. You know, I think that's gonna... Well, that's part one of it. And I do need to make a slight repair if I can, because me being a numpty, he turned it on its base a bit too much. Well, I turned it upside down a bit too much there. We'll try it with the old super glue. Okay. I think I might have got away with it. That's good. Yeah, I'll have to do them in stages, this one. It's blowing on the super glue. Excellent. Right, well done with the lid. Ah, there it is. Okay. Got myself some new super glue the other day because that one's nearly out. It's amazing how quickly you run out of these things. Right. So he's not dripping onto the base, which I'm pleased about. I might be able to non-oil the face plate. Oh. What I've done is I've got to go and check on my new washing machine. What I've done with my board game restoration so far, I have PVA'd. Well, I've cleaned all the components. Tell you now, don't know that. So I'm at the stage where I'm reinforcing the box and container. So I'm in the process of PVA now. So I've done the bottom section and the internal compartments. Even just doing one side, I came back the next day and it was pretty solid. So by the time the other side's dry, it's going to be super solid, super tough, a lot more sturdy, and that pleases me. Right, have a coffee. So this is the Imperial Knight that's going to be painted in honor of my dog who passed away this year, Millie. So this Imperial Knight is called Millatron, just to honor her. I'm going to get another one at some point and do it for Rufus, my other dog, because I find it fun to do. And that way I'll end up with an army of Imperial Knights, which I can take to a game, and I'll only need to take 4 or 5 knights tops, depending on the size of the game. And rather than transporting like hundreds of models, I can just transport a few. I get a special case for them, and that'd be good. Especially if we move as well and I discover a Warhammer community local to where we live, which will hopefully be Seaton, or even just a wargaming community. And if not, I will create one. How about that? That'll be good, because I will have the facility to facilitate that. I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to host games and things, so that will be pretty brilliant. So yeah, so this is Millatron. It's similar to Tasmatus. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. Loving McCarthy. It was supposed to be decaf, but ended up it wasn't. Okay, whilst that's drying, perhaps I can have a look. Oh yeah, the face plate is dry, so yes, I will be able to non-oil it. There we are. Brilliant. And once I've done the lenses and some of the wiring on the face, I'll be able to attach that faceplate. That'll be that done. Yeah, boy. Okay, thinking about Mr. Stay Puft now. Just try and get some ideas out there. So I'm thinking of going in, not Dawn, well maybe Dawnstone, or Administratum Grey, a grey anyway, which is like, well that's nuts. He's not grey, he's white. Yeah, but I'm gonna highlight him up white. You know, airbrush over the top. So I don't know if I've got any airbrush greys. Yes, I have, but it's a dark one, so that's not much cop. I can always make it an airbrush. So there's an Administratum Grey, which is quite white anyway. Just discovered a paint was in the wrong box. That's kind of embarrassing. White grey. No. Let's see. Administratum Grey. I don't think I've got an air version of it. I don't even know if there is one, actually, to be truthful with you. But that's okay, you see? That's okay. Yeah, that one's a bit too dark. Sorry. Yeah, but yeah, as it's an undercoat though, and it's only going to be really for the recesses, I'm not sure whether I can just brush paint it on. I think I will actually. Go with Dawnstone. Yeah, boy, that's what we're going to do. Right. Imperial Knight, moving you out of the way. Trying to. Such a mess here. Right. Dawnstone, eh? Dawnstone. Yeah, I think we'll use a bigger brush for this. Or we could use that brush. Heck, I don't know. This is my glooping brush. Yes, it is. I'll have 2 globules of that because Mr. Stay Puft is quite a big chap. Dawnstone is going to be his main base colour that you won't see much of. I know what I'm doing with him. I know what I'm doing with him. Right, then. Where are we up to? 44 minutes. Okay. Actually, we'll start with the head, shall we? So Mr. Stay Puft is getting a Dawnstone. undercoat, base coat, whatever you want to call it. He is white, or he will be. Yeah. Yeah, the rest of them can be... Well, I'll put the washes on. I might do the Basilicanum grey wash or Apothecary white. Not entirely sure yet. But the rest of the paints for his body, you know, not the bits he's wearing, will be airbrushed. I have decided. Some good zenithal highlight. He's a great model for... He's perfect pose for zenithal highlighting. This is awesome. He is a big model. He's a big guy. Big guy. Got a bit of a hair or something stuck on him. Need to get that one. Don't know where he's stuck. Oh, he's stuck on the other side. That's alright. Got it. Gonna need a bit more Dawnstone. Gonna need a bit more, mate. Need a bit more. Another globule. Oh, it's got a bit of dry paint in it. I hate it when that happens. Sometimes happens when you get an older paint. You get a blob of dry paint in it, like a waif and stray of a bit of seaweed. It'll look like. It's a Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. I mean, I thought, because I got such a bargain on the game, it was worth it just for this model alone. If the game turns out to be rubbish, then he will adorn my display shelves, which I will have a more of a thing for when we move, because I'll have the room. Might try these IKEA display cabinets that everybody raves about. Yeah. I've seen, you know, with the lights. Take a lot of cleaning, but that's okay. That'll be part of my daily ritual. There. This is good. This is good. Because all those brush strokes that you can see, that all be covered up when the airbrush hits it. Yeah. There, boy. It looks weird at the moment having a grey Marshmallow Man, but you know, don't knock it. I'm just going to clean my brushes out. Then we're going to draw this episode to a close, because I've got other things I need to take care of. That's awesome. Loving this. So guys, what are you working on? That's always a thing I like to know. Do let me know. That'd be awesome. Right. So it's Daler and Rowney. Yeah, Daler and Rowney brushed this. I think I got some Hobbycraft. This brush. Out of years now. Right, I think it's time for coffee. Drawn out to close the video. But yeah, so I've done some work on the Imperial Knight, the Catachans, and the Marshmallow Man. Hell yeah. That can't be bad. Right, let's zoom out. So thanks ever so much for joining me on this episode of On the Bench with Pete. I'm in Hog's Heaven. I've got all these projects to do and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. So, coffee. Oh yes, this is good news. And yeah, so like I said, let me know what you're working on. Please like the video if you like it. Just give it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. That helps me out big time, massively. If you can share it, that'd be awesome as well. Just put it out there, help spread the word, get the traffic in. And if you really want to help support me and my channel, there is always my Patreon account with the link which is on the home screen of YouTube. It's just under the banner, you'll see it there. From as little as $1 a month, you gain access to exclusive videos, or you can just give me a one-off tip. There's a PayPal link there too. So thanks ever so much. Patrons are going by now, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now, folks. Bye bye.